Hello, my name is Emerence Funderburg, and I am the founder and CEO of the Long Island Youth Foundation, which I established in 1991 to encourage and promote positive self-esteem in youngsters from economically challenged communities. Over the years, our mission has expanded to also include family and residents facing economic barriers. We provide programs that address, uplift, educate, and empowers while giving a voice to the voiceless. I recently completed my studies to obtain a Master of Public Administration. This transformative journey was also made possible in large part through the generous support of the LCU Fund for Women's Education. Receiving this scholarship enabled me to fully engage in my academic pursuits without the burden of financial strain. It also allowed me to strengthen my leadership while staying deeply connected to my work in the community. My leadership philosophy is rooted in service. I believe true leadership begins with commitment to serve others. I view leadership not as a position of authority, but as a responsibility to uplift and empower, standing alongside others, not above them, as we work together towards a shared vision. In my community, I demonstrate this philosophy by collaborating with schools and local partners to ensure programs are centered on the voices and the lived experiences of the community. I encourage our students to complete community service projects to foster the power of giving and working collectively. I see leadership as a shared journey, not a solo pursuit. I am inspired by the lyrics of Mahalia Jackson. If I can help somebody as I travel along, then my living shall not be in vain. I have only just begun.
Hello, my name is Lucrece Tato, and I'm a first-year medical resident and recent graduate of the CUNY School of Medicine. Growing up in a single-parent household, resources were limited, but determination was abundant. Completing my studies isn't just about obtaining a medical degree, but it's a commitment to serving underserved populations, advance research, and improve health outcomes for all. To me, leadership is about amplifying voices, serving my community, and pressing forth for issues that I care deeply about. I demonstrate leadership by creating spaces where underrepresented communities thrive. In undergrad, I served as president of Sisters of Sophie, where I supported Black women in medicine academically, socially, and emotionally. I've also advocated for the diversity of mental health counselors on SUNY and CUNY campuses. Mentoring underrepresented medical students and high school students has also been a passion of mine, and I was also able to volunteer on a mobile health unit addressing the opioid crisis in my hometown. Each experience has taught me that leadership isn't just about titles, but about empowering others and listening deeply to their needs. The LCU Fund has been an essential part of my journey in medicine. Its resources have allowed me to pursue my medical degree and afford housing in New York City. It's also allowed me the opportunity to engage in other opportunities. Just last year, I was able to embark on my first medical missions trip to Jamaica, where I was able to serve in rural communities and interact with community members who didn't have access to care. These opportunities deepened my understanding of health disparities and the impact of culturally competent care. I aspire to become a physician who serves boldly, listens deeply, and treats holistically to address disparities both at the local and global level. Thank you to the LCU Fund for your consideration.
Hi, my name is Maria Peralta, and I am currently a family nurse practitioner student at Columbia University School of Nursing. I would describe my personal leadership theory as democratic and collaborative. I believe that listening, building trust, and working together with others creates a greater sense of purpose when achieving shared goals. I demonstrate this in my school community as a peer mentor and academic coach, supporting incoming nursing students as they navigate Columbia. Most notably, I enjoy working with students who, like me, are first-generation students. The LCU Fund has played an important role in supporting my academic journey. Last year, I received the Housing Support Award, which eased the financial burden of graduate school and allowed me to focus on my studies, clinical training, and leadership roles without the constant weight of financial stress to afford housing. This support has made it possible for me to give more of myself to my patients, peers, and community. Finally, completing my doctoral degree program will allow me to serve as a family nurse practitioner, expanding access to care in immigrant and underserved communities like the one I grew up in. And it will also give me the opportunity to lead through advocacy, health policy, and education in efforts to create a more equitable healthcare system. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Aza, and to be honest, I didn't really think of myself as a leader until I was nominated for this award. I had to investigate the way I move through the world and how my moral compass has shaped the path that I'm on, and how injustice and inequity has catalyzed me into action over the years. I find hierarchies of power to have always been questionable to me, and that a parallel world where things are rooted in collaboration is how I imagine leadership. I really value humility, and I think that's at the core of the way that I move through the world and the way in which I lead, as well as by example. And since nursing is my second career, it was really scary to think about sacrificing stability and steady income in order to take a chance and start an accelerated nursing program and to do well in it. LCU Fund really provided financial relief, but most importantly, it reinforced that I was someone worth investing in, and that trust and belief in me as an individual helps sustain my commitment to bridging equity gaps in my communities. And there's something really beautiful about knowing that this is the beginning of a lot of change that I can start making as a nurse and as a part of this world.
Hi, my name is Michelle Velez, and I'm a Dominican American woman from the Bronx who returned to school after more than 10 years while raising 2 children and working full-time. I am now a Lehman graduate student who just recently graduated with a bachelor's degree with honors this past May. This is more than just a diploma to me. It shows that it's never too late to finish something you're starting. That resilience pays off. Leadership to me is about helping others. Here at Lehman, I was able to do that by mentoring fellow adult degree students, graduating with honors, and also being able to start a club that helps adult degree students with their journey. To me, a leader is not just a title. To me, the leader is about lifting others as you climb the ladder. This wouldn't have been possible without the help of the LCU Fund. As I mentioned before, I'm a mother of 2, worked, and attend school full-time, which is very stressful in life, especially in New York City where rent is so high. The LCU Fund made it possible for me to concentrate more in school, my children, and my community by helping me pay my rent and lift some of that burden. As I continue my graduate studies here at Lehman, I realize that this is just the beginning. My goal is to become a public health educator, to design programs to empower the Latino community. In the near future, I plan to apply for a PhD program where I can do research and continue helping other communities just like mine. I want to thank the LCU Fund for not only believing in me as a student, but as a mother, as a leader, and as a future scholar. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Helen Wordsworth. Without the LCU, I would not have been as successful in completing my program at the New York Academy. Thanks to the financial help, I was able to get an apartment close by and put in the proper studio hours for painting. So for my future, I was always wanting to be an artist. I just never thought it would be possible for me as someone studying art history and literature. So I'm so thankful for the Academy and everything that I've learned here. So I hope to reflect that in my future career as an artist and continue to have creativity and curation be aspects of my life moving forward. So prior to the academy, I went to a university without an art program, and I knew a lot of artists in town in St. Andrews in Scotland, and I wanted to showcase the creativity and talent that I was experiencing just day to day. Like, people were very talented. So I went to my art history department and I asked if we could do something about this, and we ended up throwing 2 successful student exhibitions with locals, and everyone was included in a very collaborative sense, and it was a very special experience for students to show their work in a meaningful professional sense.